Test.
Are you good controlling your own PowerPoint?
Yeah.
Okay.
Does it have sound?
Check, test. Got about 30 seconds, everybody.
He has sound on his video.
On my PowerPoint. I have sound on my PowerPoint.
Mr. Jameson, Ms. Chung.
Cherry Lurie, we are live.
Okay. Good evening. I'd like to call to order the Human Services Advisory Commission. Could we start with a roll call, please?
Chair Lurie,
Here.
Vice Chair Cooley,
Here.
Commissioner Jameson,
Here.
Commissioner Jung,
Here.
Commissioner Shear, Commissioner Hill,
Here.
Commissioner Rowe.
Here.
Chair Lurie, you do have a quorum.
Okay. Commissioner Rowe is online. Okay. All right. Good to know.
Yep.
This is a time reserved for public comment. Citizens may address members of the commission during public comment regarding non-agendized items. Public, excuse me, testimony is limited to 3 minutes. Do we have any comment cards?
Chair Lurie, we do not.
All right. And moving forward, could I get a motion to approve our November 13th, 2025 minutes?
So moved.
Second.
And a roll call.
Chair Lurie,
Yes.
Vice Chair Cooley,
Yes.
Commissioner Jameson,
Yes.
Commissioner Jung,
Yes.
Commissioner Hill,
Yes.
Commissioner Rowe.
Yes.
All right.
Chair Lurie, please be advised that Commissioner Shear is now present.
Okay. Welcome. Moving forward with the regular meeting agenda, we have first up Pablo Flores from the Paiute Neighborhood Center to give us an update on what's going on at Paiute.
Good evening, Chair Lori, members of the commission. For those who I have not met yet, my name is Pablo Flores, and I am the supervisor at Paiute Neighborhood Center. This evening, I will be providing you with a brief update of what we've been doing within the last couple months. No, arrow's not working. Thank you. I first want to take a moment to recognize and sincerely acknowledge my team for the outstanding work that they put in every single day. With Eddie being out on leave, the food bank being short-staffed, and the CAP office working to allocate remaining funds, several members of the Paiute staff have asked to take on responsibilities beyond their usual duties. Despite these challenges, they have shown exceptional flexibility, teamwork, and willingness to step up whenever needed. I truly appreciate their dedication and their readiness to support our operations during that time. I often say that Paiute staff is a small but mighty team, and I truly do mean that. I myself will be organizing the 2026 pit count. Rosita, my caseworker, is currently at the CAP office 2 times a week. My other caseworker, Hasiel, is currently assisting referrals for individuals and families experiencing homelessness. And my front desk staff, Margarita, she's currently at the food bank every Tuesday and currently helps the FRC with child classes. So this is why I say we're a small but mighty team, and we're always willing to help out where needed. The total number of service contacts with clients that the Paiute team has served from January 1st until November 30th is 2,108. The top services that we provide are case management, rent and utility assistance, food boxes, and ready-to-eat bags for those individuals experiencing homelessness. That demand has increased within the last 3 months due to the SNAP crisis that is currently facing our country. We also provide a lot of grocery and gas gift cards and a lot of bus passes so individuals can get to job interviews, etc. At the beginning of the year, Partners for Paiute has graciously donated $10,000 for programming at Paiute. Paiute Neighborhood was able to revamp its monthly coffee and community, where participants enjoy coffee, connect with neighbors, and now take part in a creative activity to start their weekend. Each month offers a new and fun opportunity to engage in a creative project. With this donation, we have also been able to provide an 8-week class of Science on Wheels and Young Remembrance Drawing class for the community. We have also added additional programming for 2026, and I will share more information on the upcoming slides. Gene, can you go to the next slide, please? Oh, the next one. One more. Nope, go the other way, please. Oh, next one, please. Thank you. So for the coffee community, all the feedback that we have received recently has been very positive. Some of the feedback that we have received was, you are bringing back more family opportunities for the community in the community center. Keep it up. I really like the art project idea, that it's a bilingual event and that it's very informative about events going on in the community. Lastly, connecting with other people and coming into a welcoming environment. I'm excited to announce that we are in the process of finalizing a contract with NOAA. So with this, they will be able to provide community workshops and consultations there in person at the neighborhood. It will be located in Building 9. Right now it's set as a bi-monthly basis, but if there's a higher need or a lot of interest, it will become a monthly event. NOAA's Family Support Specialist will help families enroll in Access, SNAP, LIHEAP, Medicare Savings Program, and other resources that individuals may need there on the spot. We're committed to meeting the community where they are. The Pillars of Light project was a recent creative project that we finished. The Pillars of Light project transformed ordinary light poles into vibrant works of art celebrating community and creativity. What began as a small idea grew into 25 student-designed murals that now illuminate the Paiute campus. More than 80 students from 7 Scottsdale Unified School Districts participated, including 6 collaborative projects. Each pole features a nameplate with the artwork title, artist name, and school of organization. Thank you to Partners for Paiute for sponsoring this creative project. Last October and November and December, Paiute held a focus group meetings with local community residents, and their top request was clear: bring community activities and programs back to Paiute. Since then, we've introduced a creative movement class for toddlers, as well as an evening Tai Chi class for adults. We were also able to provide Science on Wheels and Young Rembrandt's drawing classes for the community. Thanks to Partners for Paiute again for that. Gene, can you play the video, please? If you go back. And yeah, if you play that video. If not, then it's, nope. Okay, never mind, y'all. But it was gonna be a video of the creative movement class that is currently takes place at the FRC Wednesday mornings. That's fine, thank you. Like I stated earlier, this fall, Paiute Neighborhood Center hosted a free 8-week Young Rembrandt's drawing class for students in grades K through 6. Each session included fun, skill-building art projects. A total of 182 students attended this free 8-week session. This past fall, we also hosted an 8-week Science on Wheels workshop for K through 6 students. This free hands-on sessions included activities such as designing helicopters, exploring states of matter, building video game characters, and launching stop rockets. A total of 194 students participated across all 8 sessions. The current ongoing program that we have at Paiute is our ESL classes. We offer 2 12-week sessions, one in the fall, one in the spring, every Tuesday and Wednesday evening. We are still continuing with Legal Night, which is every Tuesday or every second Tuesday of the month, and that's where community members can come and receive free legal advice. We're continuing with Movies at Paiute, which is once a month as well, and it's indoors in Building 9. So what's upcoming for 2026? In addition to our weekly creative movement and Tai Chi classes, we are excited to expand our offerings by introducing both a soccer program and a hip-hop dance class at Paiute. We will also be bringing back the Young Rembrandt's art program, thanks to its popularity and positive feedback we receive from families. Also, next year, we will host our annual Spring Festival, so keep an eye out for more information. As of right now, it's scheduled for March 28th, 2026, from 9 a.m. to noon. And lastly, I want to finish with a success story. After receiving security deposit assistance from Partners for Paiute, Alexis wrote us the following: I am writing to express my deepest gratitude for the assistance and support Paiute Neighborhood Center offers to individuals and families who are working to rebuild their lives after experiencing hardships. After being in a relationship of 11 years, I made the incredible difficult decision to leave due to ongoing verbal abuse and domestic violence. The situation had escalated to a point where staying was no longer safe for me or my child. Walking away meant leaving behind nearly every possession, stability, and life I had ever known. I left with just my son, my dog, and the courage to start over. Starting again from square one has been overwhelming, but knowing there are people and programs like Partners for Paiute who care, support, and uplift survivors give me hope. Your willingness to help me through this process means more than words can fully express. It is not just financial or material support, it's a lifeline of compassion, validation, a sense that we are not alone. Thank you for being the light during one of the darkest times in my life. Your intention to help me and others in similar situations is deeply appreciated, and I'm truly grateful for the opportunity to begin again, this time in safety and with dignity. Thank you.
Pablo, thank you for that presentation. I'm going to look around for questions. I've got some myself, but would defer to Commissioner Jameson.
Thank you, Chairman. Pablo, good stuff. Really appreciate it. Can you tell us about the total budget allocation for the Paiute work that we do?
Chair Lori, members of the commission, are you referring to the $10,000 that was given in regards to programming?
Well, no, just how much of the city budget is dedicated to the programming and staff at Paiute?
Yeah.
Chair Lori, Commissioner Jameson, we can get that information to you tomorrow if that's all right, but it is probably less than $1 million.
I just need a rough estimate. That's fine. That's fine. That's all I needed. Thanks.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Pablo, great presentation. Thank you for everything that you and the team does at Paiute Neighborhood Center. Over the years, I had some ongoing concerns that the city of Scottsdale was treating the Paiute Neighborhood Center more as a real estate asset for income generation than it was what its original roots were, which was a facility for programming for the neighborhood and the people that needed services in that immediate area. So I am very, very pleased to hear that the pendulum is starting to shift back to where we are now not only seeing the need, we're hearing from people who are seeking those services, and we're beginning to provide those services to our residents in that area. I'm particularly thrilled about the NOAA contract, and I commend the staff for making that happen. That's outstanding. One question I have for you is relating to the service contacts, which were about 2,100 for the first 11 months of this calendar year. Do you know offhand how that compares to the previous year in 2024?
Chair Lori, members of the commission, I am not sure since this is my first year with the city of Scottsdale, but I can definitely get back to you with that answer.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Sorry, my mic was off. Commissioner Rowe, did you have any questions or comments?
Yes, just a comment if I could. Pablo, that was an amazing presentation. And I applaud your entire group for their flexibility in servicing across areas that might not be necessarily where they were expected to be. And also for the diversity of services that you provide at Paiute. I think Alexis's comments really did pick up the feeling, the spirit of what you do there. And I applaud you all for that.
Thank you.
Hello, I just wanted to congratulate you on all the different activities that are going on and the programming. So good work. Thank you.
Thank you.
Vice Chair? Yes, please.
Why, thank you. Pablo, thank you. Indeed. Did I understand you to say that you've picked up the pit count in Eddie's absence since he's on reserve duty?
That is correct. I'm currently organizing that as we speak, so I will be looking for volunteers.
Oh, yeah.
So keep an eye out for that email that will be sent out next Monday, actually.
Oh, very good.
Yeah.
Excellent. Is the date out yet? It is,
it's on my phone. I think it's the 27th, January 27th.
Yeah,
Okay.
January 26th or 27th.
Okay.
If I
Tuesday.
may interrupt, just for a
Yeah, it's the 27th, January 27th.
for Commissioner Hill and Commissioner Rowe, that is the point-in-time count of homeless people in the city. It's an annual count that's done. That's aggregated into, I believe, a county-wide system.
That is correct.
Indeed, nationwide, for that matter.
Nationwide.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's, I think this will be, I don't know if this is my second or third year, but I'm looking forward to it. Thank you. What would you say the largest class sizes were for both adults and children at Paiute? Ish.
Yep, Chair Lori, members of the commission. I would say the most popular class and the largest class would be our STEM class, which was Science on Wheels. That had the highest attendance of 194 students.
Wow.
In regards to adult classes, we only offer one, which is Tai Chi at the moment. But we're also looking at expanding that to possibly include like a Zumba class. They have shown interest in a Zumba class as well for adults. So more information to come in the near future.
That's great. And congratulations on Alexis's success story. I know that that's not, doesn't totally fall on any one person, but the fact that it reflects so well on Paiute Neighborhood Center, we appreciate that. What does Paiute need most?
What does Paiute need most? That's a good question. I guess the first thing that comes to my mind is just space. This might be too personal, but I don't even have like my own office. I share it with my social worker, which is perfectly fine. But we just need space for programming. We're just completely maxed out at Paiute. So if we had more space, we could offer more programming. We could bring other partnerships on campus, but currently that's what's hindering us.
Thank you. Appreciate all your hard work. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Pablo, thank you for your presentation. Thank you for all the great work that you're doing at the Paiute Neighborhood Center. I wanted to speak about the coffee and community, the community and coffee and community, sorry, whichever way that is. I attended, I believe it was in November. Yeah, I attended in November, and it was a tie-dye event. And it was so engaging for the community, and it was really nice to see not just people coming out listening to a presentation, but actually engaging in an activity and interacting amongst themselves. And it was a very, very well done event. I missed the December event that I understand they made snowmen or snow jars or something.
Snowman lanterns, correct.
But I heard it was equally as successful. I showed up as well at the movie night.
Mm-hmm.
There were 42 people in attendance, which was great.
Yeah.
And I anticipate this Friday, I believe it is.
Tomorrow, correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's the second one. And I anticipate the same kind of success. Also wanted to, and I apologize if this is in Mary's director's report, but Tracy Weiss from the Family Resource Center is going to be doing a project along with Scottsdale leadership to create an outdoor play area on the campus, which I think is just wonderful and will be a great asset and addition to the property and to the families and children that use the Family Resource Center. The last thing I had was, I don't know if you've shared that success story with the Partners for Paiute board, but I wonder if you would with those photos, because I'd like us to be able to do a social media blast using that.
Yeah, of course, I'd be more than happy to do that.
And thank you again, Pablo.
Thank you all.
Very well done. Oh, I'm sorry.
I just wanted to say, so, hi, thank you so much for your presentation, and welcome. This is your first year. long time ago, in a far, far land, I used to serve on the Paiute board, so and loved it very, very much. So, but things have changed very much since I've been on the board. I just have a few questions just so that I can kind of wrap myself around how things have changed a little bit and what your role is. So when I was there, and this shows you how far I go back, but when I was there, the Boys and Girls Club actually used to be on the campus, right? So it's not there anymore, I realize that. But we now have Hirsch Academy there, and they're on there. Are you directly connected or responsible for Hirsch Academy? Is that a separate entity? How does that work?
That is a separate entity. They're one of, I consider like a partnership on campus. We also have several other partnerships on campus, which is SARC, and then we also have Head Start on campus.
Okay, so they're separate units that you don't actually, you just work with. And
Correct, we work along. We do several like events throughout the year together where we collaborate, but they're their own entity by itself.
Okay, and what is the relationship now between, and I don't mean to put anybody on the spot, but between Partners for Paiute and your group? How do you work together? What is that relationship?
From my understanding, it's phenomenal. Again, this is my first year, so I can only go based off of the last 12 months. But we meet on a regular basis. I submit my monthly reports to Deanna, and that goes up to the chain of command, which goes to Partners for Paiute. It goes to Mary, and from there on. I would say I have a great relationship with Partners for Paiute.
Oh, no, that's great. And I didn't mean to assume you didn't. I just,
Oh, okay.
I just meant what, like, how did you work together? Like, how do you interact? How do you work together? What is that relationship like? Does that make sense?
Pablo, would you like me to address it?
Yes, thank you, Roger.
I don't know, how many emails do you have in your inbox from me?
Just a couple.
Maybe that's one way to address it. I think I've sent you at least half a dozen emails this week alone. So we do regularly speak to the staff at Paiute. We agreed this fall to start quarterly meetings with Deanna and Pablo to coordinate activities, identify well, let me back up. In the spring, we earmarked $10,000 for the kind of activities that you heard about, but we want to keep a pulse on how that money is being used, and as the money, as we exhaust that $10,000, identify new funding, a new funding source for that. Also, Partners for Paiute gets emergency requests for rental assistance, security deposits, emergency medical care, variety of different unique needs that fulfill a person's emergency needs. And those typically will come through Pablo to me, since I am president of Partners for Paiute. I distribute it out to the board for approval.
So Partners for Paiute is an actual nonprofit charity.
We are a nonprofit, exactly.
Okay, and so when you need help that the city cannot provide, then you ask, request or help from the charity.
Correct. We will send them what's called like a referral form that has the information of the client, a snippet of what they're needing, and just details. If they're willing to share their story, if they're willing to be photographed, etc. I send that to Roger, and then he sends it to the board members.
That's great. And when we have to do all the allocation for budgeting, does Paiute actually request, Partners for Paiute request money to help with programs that help the Center for Paiute?
I better refrain from answering that.
Chair Lurie, members of the commission, your next presentation will cover that from Mike Murphy.
Okay
so
then, okay.
Hold tight.
I just segued right into that, didn't I?
And if I may, Commissioner Jamison, if I could answer your question more directly, this year's budget for the Paiute Neighborhood Center is $554,000, of which $515,000 is dedicated to personnel costs.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Any further questions or comments? All right, seeing none, Pablo, thank you once again.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
And I'm sure you'll hear from me again.
I'm sure, probably tomorrow.
Mike Murphy, you are up to give us a year-end summary.
I guess I outed myself as the budget guy. My name is Mike Murphy. I am the Business and Analytics Manager for the Library and Human Services Department. I'm responsible for the budget. I'm responsible for the grants accountants in the Community Assistance Office and whatever else I'm told to do. What I'd like to do is walk you through the results of the last fiscal year in terms of the value that the Human Services Department, which is now a division, by the way, it gets confusing, the Human Services Division pushed into the community. So I'm going to be real subtle, Gene. I'm just going to say, next slide, please. And there we go. It's budget season, so we're going to show you a little bit of how the sausage gets made. I'm sure you've all heard how we track our budgets. Well, this is the way we track them at a high level. Our expenses are in 4 broad categories: personnel costs, the contracts that we write with third-party vendors, the commodities that we acquire, and then any capital projects that we have to do. What you're seeing for human services is last year's budget. In aggregate, it was $4.8 million. When the year was said and done, we came in $343,000 under budget, which means we all get to do it again next year. So that's when you hear us talking about tracking budget, we always think of our budgets in those 4 broad categories, and we are looking at these numbers every month to make sure we're on track. Down below is a situation that's somewhat unique to human services, and it's actually also unique to library. We have a lot of part-time employees, both in the library and throughout human services. So we do track by center and see, we allocate X number of hours, which also come with a financial cost, and we track how many of those hours that we thought we needed that we utilized during the year. You'll see in Granite Reef and Paiute, we use less part-time hours than we thought we would. In the case of Granite Reef, that was a somewhat conscious decision because we knew we needed resources in Villa Linda and Vista del Camino. Vista del Camino, as you noticed, there was a large negative variance. That means we used a lot more hours than we thought we would. That was a conscious decision that we kept part-time people on to help distribute CAP money as it kept coming in. So that was the cost that the city ate to distribute CAP funds into the community. It shows that we were $19,000 over in our part-time hours budget, but that really rolls up to that 51 personnel line. So even though we were over in part-time hours, excuse me, we more than made up for it in other areas. Next slide, Gene. Thank you. Let's take a look at the brown bag program. And I understand this is a very busy slide. I'm kind of help you navigate through it. In the top left corner, the text. Year to date was basically the year end. By the end of the year, we had distributed 3,175 brown bags to our seniors and another 809 TFAP boxes to 615 unduplicated recipients. If you go down diagonally to the bottom right corner, you'll see each brown bag weighs 21 pounds, each TFAP box weighs 19 pounds, and if you move just to the left to the 2025 year-to-date totals, that means the bottom 2 orange numbers, we distributed 82,000 pounds of food to our senior community, and that's valued at $146,862. So the incredibly important program that the team does a phenomenal job. Those numbers are going to actually increase significantly now with the move of our food bank into the new facility. We're seeing a lot more activity. I had one of my analysts working with Jonathan Montoya, who I'm sure you all know, who manages our food bank, to improve and expedite the data collection process. Ultimately, what we're going to do is have basically a dashboard that people will be able to go in and see real time what's happening at the food bank. We won't have to wait for us to compile these numbers on a quarterly basis. So that's the goal, is we'll have a food bank dashboard. Next slide, Gene. Thank you. How does that break down? What did we give away at the food bank? Food boxes. You can see quarter by quarter, we ended up we delivered 310 food boxes to Paiute. Then the staff then distributed it to their community. The senior centers, 60. Vista del Camino, that's where the food bank was. So those are people coming in and taking the food boxes right from the food bank. 3,806 deliveries. That equates to, in aggregate, 4,176 food boxes for the year and 150,000 pounds of food. We also add additional food items into that, and as you can see, Jonathan is pretty aggressive when it comes to giving people extra food, which is great. There was 395,000 pounds of additional food added to the food boxes. Then ready-to-eat food bags or homeless food bags, we gave away 520 of those during the course of the year. So that all nets out to, just between food bags and food boxes coming out of the food bank, 548,617 pounds, almost $1 million worth of food distributed into the community. And then below that, you'll see we also do things like pet food and diapers and whatever we can get into the community, we try real hard to do. By the way, I should have said this before, I apologize. If anybody has any questions, please don't hesitate. Ask them right away. I'd like to make this interactive. You don't have to hold them till the end. Certainly.
Just about the commodities that the food bank uses. When the SNAP shutdown came along, did you see an increase in public giving? More food drives with people delivering food to the food bank, and how did that work with the shutdown versus volunteers bringing additional food?
It would be anecdotal. I don't have the data in front of me, but yes, there was definitely an increase. We have seen an increase in donations.
Beautiful.
Absolutely.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Mr. Chair, I have another question, Mike. Thank you. Relative to the budget, on your very first slide, I noted you obviously had a 7% positive variance.
Yep.
That was all attributed primarily to personnel, and my assumption is that's a function of personnel vacancies.
You're absolutely right.
So where do we stand now in terms of being able to fill the vacancies that were reflected in the previous fiscal year's budget?
I think we're better right now in terms of staffing, Commissioner, than we've been in a long time. We have less active vacancies than we've had in quite some time. That's also true of the library. We're pretty well staffed. We're not at 100%, but we're not scrambling and in trouble.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Chair Lurie. Mike, let me ask you a couple. You said interactive, so I'm going to do it. Just a couple of quick questions.
Sure.
More activity at the new food bank location. Why do you think that is? Is it location, ease of getting in there? What do you think?
I think, again, anecdotal, but I think that we've done a pretty good job of getting the message into the community. I think there's also a need, it's driven by need. There's more need now than there has been in the past.
So less so from the location itself, perhaps?
I
Who knows?
don't feel confident in answering that. I don't know.
And the additional food items, would those be similar items or something totally different? Or
It's whatever they happen to have on hand. Sometimes it will be dairy products, meat, whatever we've got. It could be more of the same, you know, more canned goods.
Very good. Thank you.
Anybody else have any questions before I move from this slide?
Not at the moment. I'm
Okay.
sure there will be.
Okay, next slide, please, Gene. So in terms of city-funded programs, let's continue on. The Family Resource Center distributes baby food and baby formula. Congregate meals from Granite Reef. These are delivered by these are prepared by TCAA. There were 4,805 congregate meals served last year at Granite Reef. We also started, as you know, we started a congregate meal program at Via Linda Senior Center in collaboration with Honor Health. That served 1,408 meals, and that number will go up significantly because we're increasing the frequency of that program. So in aggregate, we served 6,213 congregate meals last year. Home-delivered meals, as you know, TCAA provides that service for us. We rely on them to report their numbers, and they reported that last year they delivered 22,253 meals through their program. And then we also distribute grocery carts. We distributed 60. Those are city-funded programs. Below what we have what, for lack of a better term, we're calling hosted programs. We wanted to separate these out because they're important, but we didn't want anybody to get the notion that we were funding them. We're not. We're hosting them. The bread program is basically just donations from local bakeries, restaurants, grocery stores. Paiute distributed over 3,000 pounds. Vista distributed over 33,000 pounds. That's a lot of bagels. So in aggregate, 36,000 pounds of bread and baked goods, which is wonderful. The Area Agency on Aging stages their home delivery meal prep in Via Linda Senior Center. They report that they delivered 14,497 meals through their program. And then the Healthy Pracs program, again, staged, not paid for by us, but staged by us, 10,559 healthy packs delivered throughout the schools that participate. Okay, Gene. We also have some non-food programs, you know, bus passes, dental assistance. Bus passes, we gave out 36 bus passes. We gave out 73 bus passes last year. Dental assistance, we have a program where somebody who needs dental work will get a voucher from us. They go to, we have arrangements made with dentists. Those vouchers are up to $1,500, and as you can see, 4 vouchers of $5,904, they were almost fully spent, those 4 vouchers. So that was for seniors that got dental work they wouldn't have otherwise received, and in some cases, they need to get dental work before they can have some other kind of medical procedure. Gas cards, 83 gas cards. Obviously, we do a lot of housing assistance. And we have a number of sources that fund our housing assistance program. Through the Granite Reef Senior Center, we helped 4 folks. Through Scottsdale Cares at Vista, we helped 16. Also through Vista, using SRP and TBRA money, we helped 23 other individuals. Scottsdale Community Partners at Vista funded 22 housing assistants. The REACH program, 5, and the big one, Maricopa County, the CAP program, helped 142 individuals to the tune of $465,000. So on average, that's over, I did this math before, it's like $3,281. So in some cases, it was multiple months. You know, they'll help them for 2 or 3 months. But so total rent and mortgage assistance, we helped That bottom line, we helped 212 people last year to the tune of $584,000.
Mike, the item under housing, rent and mortgage that's labeled Vista Scottsdale Cares, that Scottsdale Cares money is allocated to a nonprofit agency. So do we know what nonprofit agency that money was directed to?
Yeah, it's SCP, Scottsdale Community Partners.
Oh, that is Scotts.
Yes.
So, and then how is that different from?
Scottsdale Community Partners applies for Scottsdale Cares money. They also have their own rental budget that they allocate to us.
Okay.
So it's two different funding sources for Scottsdale Community Partners. It does get confusing.
And Mr. Chair, Mike, while we're on the nonprofit partnerships that provide so much support, on your previous slide you talked about the Healthy Packs, which is an incredible program that provides weekend meals for Scottsdale students who need that nutrition. Are those funds also coming from Scottsdale Community Partners?
Yes.
Very good.
Mary says yes.
Yeah, I just think it's really helpful, especially while we're giving a presentation to the broader community, that we highlight the partnerships that we have with the
Absolutely.
nonprofits that do such an incredible job for us.
Absolutely. Thank you. Any more questions before we move on to the next slide? Jean? Some more non-food programs. We have a moving assistance program where we help seniors who are being displaced. We were able to help 16 seniors in our community last year. Utilities assistance, again, similar to our rent and mortgage assistance. We have a variety of funding. We were able to help 292 folks to the tune of $114,000.
Your quarters, are they, quarter one is January to March?
No, this is our fiscal year, so quarter one is July to September.
Okay.
Not to be confused with the calendar year or the federal year, both of which are different. Next slide, Jean. Special events, you're familiar with them: Adopt a Family, Adopt a Senior, Back to School, Beat the Heat. Last year, those are the numbers.
So question,
Yes.
Sponsors value, that is Scottsdale Community Partners.
I was afraid if I left this slide up too long, there'd be questions. I'm confident that if you add these numbers in aggregate, it's the right number.
Yeah.
I'm not absolutely convinced they're in the right slots. Basically, donations are people off the street. Sponsors are organizations that sponsor the program.
Yes,
and provide.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, I think that's really, again, important. It just shows us how much
Yes.
Scottsdale Community Partners provides in value and direct services.
Absolutely. And what I mentioned the fact that we're looking at a new data collection process for the food bank because of the volume and because we have so many volunteers. We're trying to make it as easy as possible for everybody to just enter data once and have it roll up. We're going to be looking at all of the programs so that we can get a dashboard that reflects everything accurately in real time.
If I may add, Scottsdale Community Partners has an aggregate budget of about $2.2 million per year. So it's quite significant.
Next slide, Jean. So how does this all roll up? If you look at food programs, our city food programs in the yellow bar, 662,000 pounds of food valued at $1.2 million. Those hosted programs that we talked about, 79,000 pounds of food, $206,000. Our aid programs, bus passes, dental assistance, gas cards, that's housing assistance, that all adds up to $718,000, and then our special events. So in aggregate, if you add all of these numbers together, what we did, if we could put a number on it, was worth about $2.7 million last year. We distributed 741,000 pounds, which is 370 tons of food.
Is that your last?
That is my last slide.
I have been a part of this commission for over 4 years now, and this is exactly the type of information that is so helpful. I am so glad that you're here presenting this. And I think I appreciate all the detail, but I think what we're talking about, or what we've always asked ourselves as a commission, is the total of what Scottsdale Community Partners puts in, combined with the CARES funding, Salt River, Pima, Maricopa County, all the agencies that we fund with grant funding, plus personnel, is your total investment in human services. And I don't think we've ever had that on one slide. So this is, I think, part of that conversation, and I'm like I said, I'm just, thank you.
It was my
It helps
pleasure.
us make good decisions, or better decisions.
You know, it's a fun job because these people do an incredible amount of good work, and all I do is put it all together and make it look pretty.
Yeah, well, we
sort of
agree
pretty.
with you. We agree with you.
Commissioner Scherer?
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. Mike, great job. And I too agree with Commissioner Junk that the quality of the data is improving year over year, and this is excellent. For my way of thinking, the gross values of tons of food and all of that gets a little bit blurred. And so as we look to continue to improve, I would love to see fiscal year over year data regarding these services on an unduplicated resident basis, so that, because I can relate to the number of individuals served more
Right.
than I can tons of food.
Right, I agree.
So that would be really helpful to provide.
Commissioner, that is definitely a focus of our data collection efforts, is trying to get that elusive, unduplicated count across all of our services.
Yeah, and that's, I know that's a little more challenging to sort of filter out, and the best you can, we would greatly appreciate that. And I also just want to commend the staff for the expansion of the food bank. It was not only fortuitous, it was really almost clairvoyant as it relates to what's going on right now with regard to the SNAP program and the overall economy and the challenge of our residents having. And so I really do appreciate that staff really put in the planning to make that happen. And it's an incredibly beneficial service, and thank you all who had a hand in that.
Commissioner Rowe, any questions, comments?
I just have one question about the food bank totals.
Yes.
Do you happen to know the percentage of items distributed by the food bank that are donated versus those are purchased?
We can probably, do I have those numbers? No. Could we figure it out? I will let you know. We will see if
In
we
your
can
extra
figure that out. Yep.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, the other variable would be what the food bank is now getting from St. Mary's.
That we have.
Can we say that, sorry, Mr. Chair, for jumping in, on this topic, can you say right now, Mike, that the vast majority of that food is donated or received without an out-of-pocket cost to the city of Scottsdale?
Mary's giving me the yes.
Okay, yeah,
Okay.
that's what we thought, thank you.
All right. Oh,
You know,
yes.
Neil, it's the grocery rescue too.
Yeah, that's
And,
correct,
and waste, yeah, and waste not, it's an aggregate of a number of different
right. Exactly.
organizations.
And when you look at the commodities budget with the overall human services budget, it's not very much to purchase food, so, thank you.
You're welcome.
I do have one question, and you probably are not the person to answer this, but I'm just going to throw it out there. Maybe it will be answered in the next report. But I'm looking at all the different programs that we have, the Adopt a Family and Adopt a Senior and Back to School. Can somebody talk about the two things that are happening right now, the Adopt a Family and Adopt a Senior for the holiday season? Can somebody just talk about that and what's happening and how that's going? I would love to know more about that because it is the holiday.
Commissioner Hill, I think Mary will talk a little bit about the numbers in the director's report, but as far as numbers for Thanksgiving for Adopt a Senior, we had our record year of the number of seniors we're helping this year is 400. I don't think we've ever made it over 350 before, so our numbers are really high this year, which we're grateful for. And then also, for Adopt a Family, it's a little less, the numbers are a little less than normal, but we're at about 200 families right now that are enrolled in the program.
When you say it's a little less than normal, is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Yeah, it's, we love to serve as many people as we can, so.
Is there need and it's not just not being addressed, or we don't have the funds to address it, or?
It's not about funds, it's just about families enrolling.
Okay, so we need them to enroll. Okay, I gotcha.
And speaking of Adopt a Family, tomorrow there will be a delivery to Vista del Camino of 200 holiday meals that will go out with the Adopt a Family packages, but I guess it's a full holiday meal packet, and that's being donated by Waste Not and Blue Zones. So that just yet another donation.
Yeah, we're really fortunate to have that donation. This is the first year we'll be able to give out fresh food to the Adopt a Family families. It's milk, eggs, broccoli, I think ham, and some other things that are fresh. Yeah.
Thank you, Chair Lurie. Mike, back to you for a second. I don't know if this is a question you can answer, maybe Mary can, but in the AIDS program there in the center, is there a way to tell which program, and I know you're not supposed to pick your favorite child, Mary, but is there, which aid program needs the most help?
We can, you want me to?
They
They all need help.
Of course.
But I can tell you that if you ask the folks at Vista del Camino, if they got more CAP money, they'd figure out a way to use it for rental and mortgage assistance.
Thank you.
Okay. Mike, thank you for your reporting. Thank you for aggregating all this data. Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, Mr. Chair. I just have to say, this is such a great presentation and way to sort of culminate. I know it was the previous fiscal year, but a lot of this, and it seems to tie into what the staff developed several months ago, which was the Human Services Strategic Plan. And one of the core elements of that spoke to me was the additional emphasis on collaboration, reaching out to our nonprofits, bringing them into the conversation about needs and coordination of services. And again, I just think the staff does an incredible job with the resources provided by the city and multiplying those manyfold through our partnerships with nonprofits and our individual donors. And I just wanted to say thank you for that work and that collaboration.
Commissioner Scheer said it all. I'm done.
Thank
Thank you very much.
Thank you for your time.
Mary, you're up.
Good evening, Chair Lurie, members of the commission. I'm not sure I could follow that with such a great presentation. Mine is a little dry next to that. But let's kick it off and talk about what's been going on in the Human Services Division since my last presentation in October. Before we go to the next slide, I don't know if any of you saw, but yesterday was the Scottsdale City Employee Awards, and we have had some recognition here in the Human Services Department. The Vista del Camino staff in its entirety, including the food bank, received the Continuous Learning Award. So the entire staff was honored for their dedication, accepting new grant funds and learning about new complexities regarding funds and getting those funds distributed into our community. And the second award out of Human Services Department was the Bill Donaldson Award, which went to Jonathan Montoya. It was directly selected from the city manager himself for his selfless service and dedication to the food bank and the safety net that he provides. So I am very happy with our Human Services team this year. They're doing an amazing job, and it's great to see the recognition that they deserve come to fruition. So with that, we'll get down to my report. First slide, we will talk a little bit about youth and family services. They have been doing some focus on community outreach as outlined in our strategic plan. We held a faith-based community outreach recently up at Via Linda Senior Center on December 8th, where the senior centers provided information directly to our faith-based communities about the services at both the centers. Our Human Services newsletter as a whole department will roll out in January of 2026. I know items were due to both Jessica and Christy this past week for the first edition. So I'm looking forward to seeing that and hope you guys sign up for a subscription. The opioid settlement funds update, our strategic plan is officially completed as of last week. You will be hearing a presentation about that in the new year. And our Scottsdale Youth Substance Abuse Coalition are going to be working directly with a Youth Advocacy Day in January of 2026. And then our regional Veterans Court programming, Christy is going to be presenting that Veterans Court programming directly to our Veterans Advisory Commission, so they're in the loop. Next, we have our senior centers, and Jessica just recently gave you all the data related to this. There are 400 seniors registered with Adopt a Senior and 200 with Adopt a Family. Thanksgiving distribution occurred on November 24th for seniors. They received a $50 gift card along with a food bag, rolls, and pie. The Scottsdale families, the distribution occurred at Vista del Camino the week of November 17th, where they received food bags, rolls, pie, and the $50 gift card as well, based on family sizes. Our senior centers, we had the holiday Thanksgiving luncheon on, I can't even remember the date now, but it was a wonderful event. It was a Wednesday, and over 200 seniors were present. You can see here that the Scottsdale Fire Department showed up in droves and served our seniors their pie and all of the goodies. Also present at the holiday luncheon was Councilmember McAllen, and I think that was the only council member that showed up. So, yep, it was a great event. It was so much fun to watch them. The music was pretty good because they did play Johnny Cash, I will say. Some upcoming events at our senior center. So this coming Saturday up at Via Linda Senior Center is the Holiday Art Show starting from 11 to 2. It is a new testing it out. Normally it's been held on a Friday evening. So if you are in the area, please stop by on Saturday around 11 o'clock. The Granite Reef Holiday Luncheon will occur on December 19th at noon. And then Via Linda will be having a New Year's Eve bash at 10:30 in the morning on December 31st, 2025. So feel free to drop by and enjoy some festivities with our seniors. Vista del Camino has had their recreation programs for the month of November. They had a partnership with South Phoenix Health Start, which provided nutrition, education, games, and activities. And as you can see, they had some hands-on slime making sessions going on. And I can tell you that they did have an event for the holiday season. It was last week Friday. I'm happy to say I participated in that. And we made gingerbread houses. And so families came out, we made gingerbread houses, and they were able to take a holiday family photo in front of the beautiful tree at Vista del Camino that I will show you on the next slide. So donations were provided by Lawrence Lake Interiors. They donate their time and expertise to decorate the Vista del Camino library on library lobby on an annual basis. And the North Scottsdale Unified Methodist Church provided a donation in the amount of $27,000 to our food bank. Scottsdale Cares update. I know you guys have been waiting eagerly for this. There will be a presentation to the mayor and city council on January 13th with a tentative rollout date of July 1st of 2026. We are placing it on the consent agenda, but I will be present should that item require some additional presentation. You will find all of our human services managers live at the parade at Parada del Sol. We will be having the Scottsdale Care Bear mascot walking the parade route along with our human services managers passing out Scottsdale Care Bears, having the QR code on the back and passing out stickers and trying to encourage participation and donations to Scottsdale Cares. If those of you on the commission who have a Scottsdale Care shirt and wish to join us on that route, I more than welcome you to come and join us and be part of the festivities. Please let me know. Before I get to actually there is not a next slide after this one, but I do have one additional update that I'm really excited to share. We're going to be kicking off a pilot program in January with the caseworker who is assigned to the Career Center. So Sheila Williams, in partnership with our library, will be having a social worker over at the library by the cafe once a week. Coffee with a social worker so that we can meet our clients or our residents in a low barrier setting and provide services and referrals directly from the library. So I'm excited to see how that pilot will go. I'm letting Sheila and Deanna take that however they choose. It might be sips with a social worker as opposed to coffee, snacks with a social worker. She can do career information and sharing it. It fits right in line with the library's career corner, providing referrals directly, helping with applications, doing all the case management stuff that is done in the centers. So you'll hear more about that in the spring as we kick it off to see how it goes. That is all I have for this evening.
That's a lot. You're doing tremendous. Chair Hill, please.
Just a few quick questions. Thank you so much for your presentation. I just love this. I really do. The question I have is, how do I get a Scottsdale Cares t-shirt? Seriously. Okay. Is it something you buy?
It is something that we buy. If you're truly interested, send me an email and we'll coordinate.
Okay.
Okay?
I am interested. And what is the date of the parade?
January 31st at 9:30 a.m.
9:30 a.m. Okay.
Saturday.
It's a Saturday morning.
Okay. And then my other question is, do you need us as a commission to send emails to the city council regarding the Scottsdale Cares piece that's going to come out on January 13th?
Chair Lurie, members of the commission, I'm not able to directly tell you to do things and to not do things with regards to that, but I can tell you a formal memo was sent directly to all of the council members. I believe they shared a copy of the memo that they received with all the information regarding the need for it.
Okay, would you like us, I guess I can't ask you that.
Yeah.
Oh, Roger worked on it. Okay, then I'm going to let you answer whatever you want to talk about.
So if you send an email, and in fact, I would encourage you to send an email as an individual, not as a member of the commission. Okay. To do it as the commission, we'd have to have consensus, and all of us would have to agree. Did I state that correctly?
I am learning. This is my first time through.
No, but it's a very good question.
Roger? Yeah. Mary, thanks for all the great work. For the entire meeting, this is very informative. Chairman Lori and I went to the faith-based community outreach program this past week. And I just have to compliment Jean and Christy. They did a fantastic, very thorough job in presenting the overall programs that we're doing there. And I was impressed. I liked the content and extremely professional, despite Jean's struggle with some of our technology that day, but, you know, he overcame.
Chair Lurie, members of the commission, we are social workers.
I believe Commissioner Scherr's hand went up.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mary, not dry at all. Come on, give yourself some credit on that. That was great. Unlike Commissioner Hill, it's exciting stuff. And because this is the last meeting that we're going to have this calendar year, I just wanted to also, you know, when we talk about staff, we thank staff, but I think you deserve an accommodation from this group because you're also serving dual roles, and things are continuing to move forward with Community Assistance Office, and you took on the broader responsibilities on an interim basis to be the Human Services Director overall, and we haven't missed a beat from our perspective, and thank you for everything that you've done. I know that's not been easy, but we appreciate it.
Thank you for saying that, Commissioner. Commissioner Rowe, anything from you?
I'll just say, Mary, thank you for the presentation. As always, it was rich in content and very affirming for the end of the year to see everything that's been going on. And I thank you and everybody in the Human Services group that supports all of these projects, and wish you all happy holidays.
Okay, and Vice Chair?
Thank you, Chair Lurie. Mary, on the gift cards distributed from the senior centers, are they restricted in any way, or can they be used however the seniors need to?
Chair Lurie, members of the commission, I am not familiar on how to answer that question, so I am going to defer to Jessica.
Commissioner Cooley, are you referring to the gift cards for the Adopt a Senior and Adopt a Family?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I don't believe they're coded. I think that they can use them, but they are for Fry's, so it's grocery store.
No, I understand. Thank you.
Yeah. I think the Walmart for Adopt a Family, if they get a Walmart card, they are coded just for groceries.
Gotcha. Thank you. And Mary, when Sheila's at the library, I presume she'll have a laptop. I'm not sure exactly what function she'll serve other than sipping and you know, having communications with folks. I mean, what function relative to the Career Center might it have?
Chair Lurie, members of the commission, she will have a laptop or access to a computer while she is at the library. She will be serving as a regular, I don't want to say regular in quotation marks, but as a case manager. So it'll probably take a month or two to get the promotion and the word out that there's now a caseworker at the library. The goal is to meet people where they're at in a low barrier setting. Sometimes people are a little hesitant to go seek help at a community center or step inside the doors of Vista del Camino because now I have to admit I need help, but also the library is the hub of information for any city. And the Scottsdale Civic Library is very big. It has a great cafe. People just happen to see a social worker sitting there. They may or may not happen to feel more comfortable to have a conversation with that person who's there. But the goal is not to address homelessness, because we do have the navigators through Phoenix Rescue Mission. So the goal is not to address homelessness. It is to address seniors who may walk in and ask for information. Maybe a family is struggling and there's someone sitting there. It's just more of open up, have a conversation, and provide resources and referrals to whoever walks through the doors. There will be provided office space should the conversations require more confidential discussions that will be provided. But we are working directly with the branch manager of the Civic Center Library and Mike Beck, the director, as a joint partnership to roll this out. So you should be seeing some promotional information coming soon with regards to it's scheduled to kick off in January, and we just started talking about it this month. So hopefully more to come as we go.
Very good. Thank you, Mary. It's a great idea, and thanks for all you do.
Yeah, I want to echo that. I think it's a great idea to provide those social services, caseworker resources at the library. So thank you for that, Mary. And thank you for all that you've done. And happy holidays to all of us. We are at the point of the agenda, I believe, to potentially identify future agenda items. And I will warn you that come January, we will start the annual review of grant requests. So we'll be plenty busy with that January, February, March. So get ready. Here it comes. Other than, are there any other requests for upcoming agenda items that are pressing? Hearing none, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Seconded.
And a roll call.
Chair Lurie.
Yes.
Vice Chair Cooley.
Yes.
Commissioner Scheer.
Yes.
Commissioner Jameson.
Yes, and happy
Commissioner Jung.
holidays.
Yes. Commissioner Jung.
Yes.
Commissioner Hill.
Yes.
And last but not least, Commissioner Rowe.
Yes.
We are adjourned. I wish you all a very safe, healthy holiday season with your families.
And to you, sir. Thank you.